last year.
Exactly.
Now, one of the things that really impresses me is the amount of strength that these athletes in the 80 and the 90 kilo class are able to pack on to their body frames. A lot of them did have to cut weight, and I could see them in that long line that went on for miles. There were a lot of solemn faces yesterday. On a log press, especially the first event of the contest, how much do you think that weight cut plays a factor in performance?
It definitely plays a factor in your legs.
Yeah?
Just cleaning that log, especially these logs. So I had a little clean of these logs, and they're solid through the middle. So there's like all the weight's packed into the middle. So when you clean that log and it sits on your chest, you know about it. Especially when you've got like 140 kilos as a 90 athlete, your legs go wobbly, and yeah.
That is a lot of downforce. Our first heat takes the arena floor. Uncle Nick, Nikolai Myers in lane number 1, Itipol Sremwang of Thailand in lane number 2, and Christian Case, USA, in lane number 3.
I've got my eyes on Nick here, former world's strongest man under 90 kilos.
Yes, another returning champion. It's always one of those stories we like to see is, can they come back in peak form? Nick looked really good at America's Strongest Man, even though he, in true Nick fashion, was fighting an infection in the hospital just a day before. He is something else, just a true phenom and an anomaly on his own right.
Excited to see these boys go, get this kicked off. I think we'll. Do you think we'll see them all on the Trump log, or Nick definitely, right?
Nick definitely. We'll see if Christian goes to it. Itipol is a newer face here.
Yeah.
It's only time will tell. Well, look at that. All
confidence.
310 pounds over triple body, or so not over triple body weight.
There we go, Nick.
He's got one in the books already.
Itipol fighting for that lockout.
What a rep. There you see the weight cut on Christian there. That's solid. That'll be great points for Nick there, getting 2. You don't want to tie too much, though, do you? You want to give yourself a number that sort of separates you on the points, because you tie it with a lot of people.
Indeed, but those ties are very common on this first event, especially when we think of it as a factor of how much work can you cram into 60 seconds.
Yeah.
But Nick has 2.
I don't know about you. When you were repping, did you kind of try? I try and go like a metronome. So like tick it over, and like you said, you've got a rep every 10 seconds.
Well, that's
so
one of
use
those
your time.
One of those things like we just saw with Nancy Johnson, especially, is if you're training yourself to be the absolute best, you're holding that log as it goes down, so you're ready to pick right back up, and that is something you have to refine and hammer diligently in training, not depending on dropping it and resetting it, but that's how you know.
This is going to be a hell of a heat. You got CJ Kraus.
Yeah, CJ Kraus of USA in lane number 1, Filip Zazicek of Czech Republic in lane 2, Dan Benson of England in lane 3, and Brett Fain, USA in lane number 4. CJ Kraus, the Giant Slayer, one of my athletes. I'll try to remain unbiased as
well, I've got Philip, so there we go. So this will be good.
But Brett Fain is always one of those sleepers where everyone sleeps on him. I often hear he just looks like someone's dad, but he comes out and just wipes the floor clean.
The titles between these guys. CJ Kraus obviously won the Chaos Classic this year. Filip Zajicek won Ultimate World's Strongest Man last year, and Dan Benson's a multiple European Strongest Man. So there's some pedigree in this heat.
What a treat for us in the second heat of the category. Let's see how it unfolds.
3 on the trunk. Filip at 19 years old as well. Split jerk.
Wow. CJ with the steady overhead press.
Do you like his push strict press?
Would like to see more legs, but CJ's log is in peak form, and it has been, so he knows what he's doing. A well-oiled machine. Filip with that split jerk, a little bit of a
managing to stand it. Dan getting on well as well. That's really good for him. I think if Dan was honest with you, he'd say his overhead was his sort of weaker event, because he's a deadlift specialist. So, that's lovely from Filip.
It's hard to say a weak event when he's already got 2 reps for Benson right there.
But that's what I mean. That'd be his one event that he'd pick out, and he's huge from CJ.
CJ gets 4 reps. Filip is about to answer the call.
He'll be pleased. He'll be really pleased with 3 there, though, Filip. That's a big set. That's a great heat. 4, 3, 2, and 1 on the trunk, on the light.
Our new event leader will be CJ Kraus with Filip right behind him. And I have to say, Filip really took the world by storm last year. Made a tremendous statement for himself. As young as he is, as powerful as he is, it's great to see him here, and he is looking to be in peak form. You've done well.
It's funny. He messaged me sometimes and says he needs time off school to come to competitions, and I'm just saying I can't do that. He's in high school.
That's This is crazy. All right, our next heat, Nicholas Krisafi of Canada in lane 1, Jaden Smith, New Zealand in lane 2, John Tibbs, USA in lane 3, and Josh Lancaster of UK in lane number 4.
Josh will be methodical here. I'm not sure if he's going to go for the heavy, though. No, he's gone with the light log. But he'll be methodical. He'll be trying to win the light log reps.
Tibbs is the only one to go for the 310, and he makes it look easy with his eyes on Kraus, hoping for 4+ reps.
There he goes, rep number 2. Big points from a big log.
That technical precision from Josh on lane 4 with the split jerk.
Jaden just having a bit of trouble with the clean there.
John Tibbs moving to rep number 4. He has now tied CJ Kraus.
Plenty of time left.
We're going to see a 5th. I think 5 will be huge points. His press looks strong as well. Ooh, that's where the weight cut comes in, I think.
Indeed.
You know, your legs start to get a little bit lighter. And
10 seconds left.
10 seconds left, and he is zapped. He will leave tied with Kraus.
That'll be huge points by the end of it, though. He'll be really pleased with that.
We spoke on ties. You need to have a 2-way tie for first. That puts a lot of pressure on these athletes, ensuring they get 5 reps or more. Our next heat, Cameron Hutchison of USA in lane 1, Nicholas O'Hare, USA in lane 2, John Hack, USA in lane 3, and Jacob McBride, USA lane 4, an all-American heat.
Eyes on this, eyes on Hack, obviously, but Nick O'Hare, second at World's Strongest Man in 2021, I think. We tied on points. He lost on countback, so you know he's a hell of a competitor. And John, obviously, we all know John. So
Jacob McBride is no stranger to this stage as well. He has amassed 7 years of total experience, matching him with Nick O'Hare. Let's see how this pans out. All 4 opting for the trump log.
Big statement.
If you want to be in the lead, put up by CJ Cross. Co-tie with Josh Tibbs.
Hutchison, Hack, McBride all get 1 rep with the trump log.
Did O'Hare miss? Oh, wow.
He did.
It's looking solid.
Hack's got 1.
McBride locks out his second.
Hack struggling. Maybe it's just the 1.
That was a little bit of a sloppy clean from Hutchison.
O'Hare getting the rep. I think you've got to be really precise with your clean with that log.
Wow! Look at that lockout.
That's some good straight power.
And some grit.
Trusted his shoulders there.
McBride hoping to match the call. A much cleaner rep from Jacob.
Very good.
That was great. Cameron
3
looked
reps.
a little bit more rushed and ballistic. McBride calculated and cool.
Very good.
I think Jacob is looking to be in peak form. He really nailed his weight cut here, and he is looking to be very powerful.
John and Nick both taking 1 on the heavy there as well. So banking some points. It's all about building points across these first 2 days. So I think they'll be pleased once they sit back and have a look at that and think, at least we got the heavy one.
I think so too. Our next heat, heat number 5, Sean O'Fallon of USA in lane 1, Christian Alvera of Norway, lane number 2, Mark Cummins, England in lane number 3, and Lauri Kusela of Finland in lane number 4.
I think Mark will go heavy here, but he may have made a tactical decision in the back just to go with the light. Yeah, he is. Okay, so we're going to see a heat on all the light logs here. So hopefully we see some good reps.
4 repetitions with the big log at 310.
Ooh, a missed catch by Cummins.
All 4 of our athletes opted to get some reps in at the 280-pound mark. There's still spots available right now on that 280 log that'll put you in the top 7 in your class. So
this is the thing with a trump log. This is what I said in another sort of interview. It's like you just can't zero. Especially with this lighter log, people can come in. You might not class them as better log pressers than you, though. But if they come in and take reps on that light log and you miss and just zero all around, that's a lot of points to sort of hemorrhage in a class like this.
Cummins finally hitting his mark and being the first man to get a rep in this relatively underwhelming heat. But he got his rep, and he's going to conserve his energy for the remaining competition events.
But with the zeros, that 1 rep could end up being some big points.
We saw some big ties that extended over 10 spots in the previous categories today. So that is big points for Cummins. Our next heat, heat number 6, Brett Summers of the USA takes lane number 1. Jake Allen of the UK in lane 2. Matt Shoemaker, USA in lane number 3. And Alfredo Tatum, USA in lane number 4.
Well, Jake here had a tough weight cut yesterday. Only making weight by about 5 p.m. But he's full of grit. His brother is, I think he's the 4th ranked flyweight in the UFC. So he's Arnold Allen, for those that follow the UFC. That's Jake's brother. So they're a family full of grit, and their dad, big pacer.
They know how to work.
They know how to work, and they know how to dig in. So,
well, Allen will be the only athlete to move towards the 310 log.
This will be impressive if he gets this.
Very crisp on the clean. Beautiful.
Wow. After that weight cut yesterday as well, he's done so well to get that.
He looks very full. That upper back is wide and strong, both here in the brace and in the lockout.
Yeah.
Well done.
2 reps there. Do you think he can chase down this 4? I think he'll be very pleased with 3, though.
We'll get a good idea here for rep number 3. A little soft on the knees there.
He's held it. He keeps holding it at the top, though. He's impressive.
This will be a big ask, but he is going to aim for a 3-way tie for first now.
Coming up on 10 seconds remaining.
And he is petered out.
Less than 5.
That'll be it. 3 reps for Jake Allen.
That takes a good tie again, though. I think only what we've only seen 1 on 3, 2 on 3 so far.
Yes.
So he'll still take really big points.
Our next heat, Dax Tellez of USA in lane number 1. Tyler Davis, USA in lane 2. Joni Ratianian, Finland in lane number 3. And Dane Bonin, USA, lane number 4.
Tyler, huge pedigree at this show. 2022 World's Strongest Man under 90. Second place last year. You know, he always turns up at OSG. He always performs. So
very effective at flipping that switch.
Yeah. Just consistent over time as well. Over the 3 days, he will be hella consistent and just chip away.
Well, Tyler and Yoni move to the trump log. Dax and Dane on the 280. Tyler, a little unstable there.
Do you think the ceiling? Did you ever feel that when you were in these arenas, Gabe, the ceiling played a part when you clean that log and you're looking back and, you know, you got this big high ceiling and
I think the lights play a bigger role for me personally, but that's why I would have the sunglasses out for this one.
I was the same. Always in the pit Vipers.
Yeah.
To get some log
maximum
done.
shieldage.
Yeah.
Yoni is moving for rep number 3 and he gets it. Tyler with 2.
20 seconds left.
20 seconds left. Yoni could edge his way into that first place tie.
Oh, he's thrown the head back. Oh.
Under 10.
A good evasive maneuver nonetheless.
Less than 5.
Oh, he's going for it.
3 reps.
Oh, another tie there for 3.
Yeah, 3-way tie now with 3 reps.
We got Lee Shaw coming out now as well.
Yeah, he is
This guy can
game-faced.
log. This guy can
Dylan
log.
Phipps of Australia, lane 1. Lee Shaw, Australia, lane 2. Will Clark, England, in lane 3. And Eben Klopper, South Africa, in lane number 4.
Lee's built to press.
Yeah, we saw that last year.
Yeah.
And this year completes his full decade of competition experience. He is seasoned as they come.
Coming out of Australia as well. So he'll be feeling the cold in Madison.
Yeah, indeed.
And lane number 4 will be South Africa's Eben Klopper.
But you don't travel that far without a reason.
No, exactly. I asked Lee if he was going to strict press them because he's a notorious strict presser, but he said he might try a bit of legs. But
A bit of legs. How modest of him.
yeah,
That was nearly a viper right there.
that's the strict. I don't think he needs those legs.
1 rep on the board for Lee Shaw.
Second time limit. CJ Cross currently has the lead tied.
Upper back brace softening up a little bit. I don't think this rep is going to happen.
Again, I think it's the ceiling. I really think that's playing a part for these guys when they look up and they've got that. Maybe not for you when you were competing because you got that big, heavy guy with that log sat on your chest. But when you're only 90 kilos and the 140 lands on that chest, it feels like the earth. And you look up and it's everything starts spinning.
These Mike Bartow's Power Center monster logs are no joke either. You feel that tremendous compressive force the second it gets to your chest.
Absolutely. As we spoke about earlier, it's that weight is centered. Like that chest plate being solid, it centers the weight on you. You just feel it. You know you've cleaned the weight.
Perhaps he's feeling a little bit disappointed there, but 1 rep is still good points. Andrew Pepio will take lane number 1 in this next heat. Derek Owens of USA, lane number 2. Andrew Haynes, USA, in lane number 3. And Victor Lingman of Sweden in lane number 4.
Victor's the world record holder in the under 90 kilo category of the 170 kilo log.
Wow.
So I think we could see some repetitions here.
I hope so. Sometimes with those world record holders, you know they're good for 1, but when you have to start compounding it rep over rep, it could be a different story.
I also coach Derek and Andrew here as well, and I know what they're capable of. So I think we are going to see some big repetitions in this heat, and everyone will be on that drum log.
Imagine Andrew is coming back with a vengeance after America's Strongest Man.
Athletes are away 310 pounds.
Derek Owens, one of the biggest stories out of OSG last year, a man who truly backed up his talk at every turn. But Haynes, I have to say, that was the cleanest and speediest overhead press.
I tell you, I know what we've done in training, so I'm expecting some big reps here. He's just had to take a step there.
Lingman has 3, Haynes has 3, Lingman going for 4, Haynes going for 4 as well.
Owens with 3.
He gets credit for 3.
Good recovery from
Haynes
Haynes.
with 4.
That's 5 for Victor.
Haynes is tied now with 4 repetitions.
Our new leader, Victor Lingman. You called it, Flash.
Yep. Haynes taking second place there with a 5th as well.
6 reps for Victor.
Derek with 4. I think Derek needs a rep here to get that 5th.
He did not have time for that pause.
No.
That might cost it for him.
Is Andrew going to get that 6th? Oh. What a heat. 6.54. Wow.
6 reps from Victor. That'll do.
I think when you've got 170 kilo on rep max, it did work out for him.
Yeah.
That was very impressive. And a really good set for Andrew there. A really good set of 5.
Wow. You called it, Flash.
Yep.
6 reps is what took it, and it came from our world record holder right there, Victor, with a very powerful performance, and our event leader. He will sport the golden leader shirt as he moves on into the car walk.
These Scandinavians, they're known for their strongman ability, right? And he's hailing from Sweden, so he'll be over the moon with that.
Oh, and we see it repeatedly. Sweden has brought some massive power out here.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive power. Now is the car walk. Now let me ask you this. With the athletes that you coach, especially the ones that are here, what unique factors did you cherish it as you move into that next event? And then for the other athletes watching, it's like, oh, I know who I want to attack. I want that person right there. Let's beat them. All right, our men's 90 kilo category is preparing for the car walk. The car will increase in weight to 800 pounds, 363 kilograms. Our first heat stepping onto the floor will be a 3-man heat. And there they are.
These guys are going to look to move on this because these are the guys that zeroed the sort of logs, and they're going to want to put a mark down on this contest to start with and say, right, I'm here. I've arrived now.
Yes, absolutely. Jaden Smith of New Zealand in lane number 1, Sean O'Fallon of USA in lane number 2, and Christian Alvera of Norway in lane number 3.
I also coach Jaden here, and I know log's not his thing. He was not looking forward to hitting the log at all, but he can move.
Good.
He
He's
can
going
move.
to need to.
Yeah.
But as you said, all 3 men feeling the pressure of making up for lost points on event 1.
We saw it with the 80 kilo men. A lot of the guys that hit zeros there on the log then came out and hit blistering times on the car walk to open up and like put the cat amongst the pigeons, as we say in the UK. Like just a little bit of a marker down to the other guys. Said, look, we're not out of this just yet. We're still here to mix it up.
And who was it in the early weight categories? Was it Hain? I believe his last name was, but he was first heat to go, and he wound up winning.
Wow.
To feel, or I guess to not feel the pressure of being the first to go and to set that time.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing, right? To set a time, because everyone knows then this is how this is what I've got to beat.
And to still be untouchable.
Yeah.
But there's that peak under the hoods there. That's the trunk view. The weighted out steel plates on the Jocko Fuel car walk. The trunk is shut. The cars are at 800 pounds. That is a lot of weight set to be in motion. And all the thanks to our crew and our sponsors.
Did you ever do the car walk?
I did. I've done it multiple times. The first time I ever did it was at Giants Live in Glasgow. That was the first time I did the car walk. And the second time I did it was at World's Strongest Man in 2022. And it was a very humbling experience both times. Very humbling. It is tough. It is so vastly different than a yoke.
Yeah.
But again, you feel like a total boss when you're done, regardless of how far you get it.
Yeah. That's what Jaden said to me. He said he just wants a good picture in the car.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then there's nothing like saying you've run with a car on your back.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I was talking to Nicola about it. It used to be restricted to just the world's absolute biggest and strongest at Worlds or Giants. But now all the weight class individuals get to do it. Sean O'Fallon is the first out the gates. Hopefully he can stay up. Christian is right behind him. Christian pulls ahead our Norseman in lane 3.
They are neck. Oh, wow.
Oh, he goes down. The moment of opportunity for O'Fallon, and he does it. Sean O'Fallon setting the pace with a great carry. Christian.
I think we're going to get 3 finishes straight off the bat. Oh, Jaden. He has time. He has time. He can get in and get this done.
20 seconds left.
It's that pick at this point, though, isn't it? That third pick with 800 pounds.
You know, wisely, he does have a very low pick to give him the clearance, but that results in a demand on the legs and the back.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he finishes with about 10 feet shy of the full mark.
He's calling it.
Yeah. A smart move.
Yeah.
You could see it in that facial expression that
it
was just taking too much out of his soul to try to pick it up again. O'Fallon, our pace setter, with a time of 20.97 seconds, with Christian right behind him, 1 second slower at 22 seconds.
I still think that'll hold up for good points at 20 seconds.
I think so too. But we do know that this category of athlete is a predator class, I like to call them, where they just pack on so much strength while being tremendously athletic and fast individuals. Our next heat, you see him there, Lauri Kuusla of Finland in lane number 1. Brett Somers of USA, lane number 2. Matt Shoemaker, USA in lane 3. Alfredo Tatum of USA in lane number 4. Matt towering above the rest at 6 feet tall, but not by much. Lauri is an inch behind him. Alfredo another inch behind Lauri. And Somers an inch behind him.
I've got no data on these guys. Having competed in this class, I've never gone toe-to-toe with any of these. All relatively new. 5 years for Brett competing, but 1.5 years for Shoemaker, 3 years for Tatum, and 4 for Lowry. Relatively new blood, I'd say.
Relatively, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Summers with the most veteranship, 5 years, half a decade. Hopefully that actualizes itself in a good car performance here. But we'll have to see.
The thing is, you could have confidently run this weight on a yoke in training, but then you get under that car and it's like, okay, now I know that's 800 pounds.
A nice fat slice of humble pie.
Yeah, right?
It is.
That's what I told all our guys, all the athletes. I was like, you may have hit a sub 10 second 800 pound yoke in training, but doing it on the day is a different thing. A nice, confident, full run without drops should get you really good points here.
The athletes are set. The bars are on their back. And they're off. Alfredo Tatum was the first out the gates, but Matt Shoemaker is pulling ahead with the acceleration.
Ooh, the tires hit.
Trying to find that stable point again to advance that.
Every drop is so costly. Alfredo smooth and steady. Tatum does it. Wow. That was fast. It might edge out O'Fallon. Brett Somers drops it just at the finish line, eating up time, regaining his breath.
Now Summers is across.
There is our veteran of the heat with 5 years of competition experience in second place here.
20 seconds left.
Lowry, oh, he does it.
With a skid.
With a
10
skid,
seconds
indeed.
remain.
Matt is done. He will not finish the carry.
Matt took off so well as well. He's just did that straight away. Those tires hit and it just zapped him.
It's amazing. And, you know, on a yoke in general, you have to realize every pick is essentially a partial deadlift lockout or a squat lockout, if you will. But on these cars, there's such a big apparatus with those bouncy rubber tires. If you're still locked into it, ready to pick it back up, you're going to get rocked around and beat up a little bit every time it hits the ground.
Right.
All right, our next heat, Dax Diaz of USA in lane number 1. Will Clark of England takes lane number 2. Christian Case, USA in lane number 3. And Brett Fain, USA in lane number 4.
I know Will from England here was not looking forward to the log, and I think that was reflected in his performance, but he's very much looking forward to this car walk. He's an athletic guy, standing sort of 5'11", which is, for this category, a relatively decent height. So he's got a good stride length to him, and I think he'll be looking to put on a performance here, and as we said, eat some points back up on those guys that perform well in the log. And Brett Fain, again, a former under-80 competitor, so put a bit of beef on and bulked himself into the under-90. I know he was a solid competitor in the under-80 category as well, so we could be seeing...
He's a solid competitor overall.
Yeah.
I got to see him qualify for this at the Southeast Regionals in Florida, and he was a powerhouse, often overlooked by a lot of the spectators or the fellow field. I know a slight bit of an underperformance on the log, but it's not uncommon for an overhead press to be a weaker event for athletes with a very strong either back power or movement ability.
Lane number 2, taxiing down the runway. So let's talk about heat number 3. Lane number 1 is going to have USA's Dax Tellis. Lane number 2 will be England's Will Clark.
There's Dax Diaz in lane 1.
Will be United States Christian Case.
Will Clark
And lane number 4 will be United States.
about to step
Brett
into
Fain.
his car. Lane number 2. There's Evans Nana about to guide him in, the chivalrous gentleman. Christian Case, USA, lane 3. And Brett Fain, lane number 4. All the athletes are set. Brett Fain, hot out the gates. Look at the speed.
Will picking up speed as well. That's incredible from Brett.
That will be your new event leader, Brett Fain. That was sub 15 seconds for sure.
In 2 and 3, Will with a solid run. Gets his finish in like a cord.
Dax Diaz, even though he's finishing in last year, still a very strong performance regardless.
Fain with 11 seconds. Look at that. That's laying down a marker to the guys in the sort of top places saying, hey, that's something to beat now. Come on.
11.38 seconds, your new event leader, Brett Fain, leading the car carry for our under 90 kilo men. And what a blitz fast run. That was a run, and it needs to be just like before. You will know, ladies and gentlemen, if any athlete hopes to beat it, they have to sprint, breaking out the gates. You saw how fast Brett moved, just like you saw how fast Chloe Brennan moved in the under 73s.
Do you think a sub 10-second car walk's possible?
It's possible. We saw it from Mark Felix and George Pearson in our Masters category.
I'm forgetting that from this morning.
Yeah, Mark finished with that 8-second flat, and Pearson in the 9-second range. It's possible, and that's all any of these athletes need to realize. Nicholas Krisafi of Canada in lane number 1. Mark Cummins of England in lane number 2. Dylan Phipps, Australia, lane number 3. And Eben Kloper, South Africa, lane number 4. Cummins and Krisafi are veterans on the field. 5'9" and 5'8" respectively. Cummins has been doing this for 9 years, closing in on his decade anniversary at some point soon. And Krisafi competing for 8.
What was going through your head when you were waiting, just stood waiting, you know, with the big resets and you just stood like ready to go? Are you calm, cool, or are you talking yourself up in your own head, you know?
Calm, cool, collected.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm a big proponent of is visualizing myself doing it in my head.
Yeah.
Every step, the feeling of that cross member on my back, where my hands are gripping the apparatus, seeing it happen. If you can see it happen in your mind repeated times, you've already done it.
Yeah.
You've already done it. That mental stimulation is there. That's where my head's at.
I think that's so important, not letting yourself get too wound up.
Indeed. It does help to be a little bit aggressive and ballistic, but look at Mark
here we
Cummins.
go.
This is what you want to see.
Oh, he's gone.
A costly drop, and that is all it takes to not match Fane. Even Klopper of South Africa is pulling ahead, but not fast enough. Cummins finishes
Still took
first.
a good time. He's just ruined that drop a little bit. You saw it in his face. Then when he put the car down, he's just like, ah.
That may still be enough to edge out Tatum. I'm not sure. Krisafi hopefully doesn't go down, and he does it. Dylan Phipps.
Cummins did take second spot there with 16.22.
Amazing, amazing. And Klopper took third, edging out Tatum. So we have some points shifted here, but Fane remains untouched. Possibly, if Cummins did not drop it, he might have stood a chance. But that is still a big ask. Less than 5 seconds, and it's not going to happen.
Again, agonizingly close. I think Mark will still be happy with that time, though.
He should be.
Yeah.
Sub 20 seconds on this is something to be very proud of. It's hard to feel that immediate sense of pride, though, when you're really trying to edge out the leader on the board, especially when you know you can do it and you know you're capable.
He's looking at the CJ Krause style there in his multicolored jorts as well.
That is a fashion statement and a half.
I think him and CJ are good friends, so maybe they share fashion tips.
The mark of kinship right there. All right, our next heat prepares for the car walk. Dane Bonin of the USA. Look, that's Itipos Srimwang of Thailand right there. Obvious, emanating love for the sport. Dane Bonin on the left of screen. Josh Lancaster of the UK will take lane number 2. Itipos Srimwang of Thailand in lane 3, and Nicholas O'Hare, USA, in lane number 4.
I'm going to call this a quick time for Josh Lancaster. He did the under 80 kilo category in 2021, and I think he took second place in the car walk. He's done the Chaos Classic over the summer, which was a 410 kilo yoke for 10 meters for these 90 kilo athletes, and he took the win there with 8 seconds.
Wow.
So he can run a yoke.
Can run a yoke. Hopefully he can replicate it at least to some degree with the car.
He's very, Josh is very calculated in all his training and everything that he does, so I think he'd have prepared very well for this car. He'll have done a lot of different things in his training to ensure that his body is prepared.
Nicholas O'Hare is a great deadlifter as well. He has that back power, which will prove essential if he does go down and have to do repicks. So hopefully that movement speed can match while under load. We'll see. But I'm with you, Flash. I think that the eyes will be on Lancaster.
Yeah. He looks ready. A few cheers from the crowd for him as well, so he's got a fan club here, so he'll want to perform for them. Oh, great start.
There's the acceleration. He needs to stay up without any drops.
He's moving well.
Moving fast.
This is going to be close. It's going to be close.
Wow. Nicholas O'Hare moved fast, too. We will see some points shaking up here.
Plenty of time left.
Do we think that's inside the 11 seconds from Brett Fane?
It might be. It's a nail biter until we see those released. All 4 athletes complete the course.
It's a strong heat.
Nicholas O'Hare,
13.33
seconds. Lancaster,
Ooh.
about 0.6 seconds slower than Brett Fain.
That's tight.
Big bad Brett remains untouched.
That is tight.
But we still have more athletes.
What did you used to feel when it was that close? When you know it's on the click of a thumb on the stopwatch, you're a bit like, damn.
Oh, well, it's one of those things where, if you execute it to the best of your ability, it might be that little bit tender feels right off the bat, but you realize, you know what, I did what I could. I just need to get a little bit better if I want to win.
That's it. I always just think that's the sport.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes.
Sometimes the stopwatch favors you, and sometimes it takes away, right?
Yes, absolutely. Now, look, John Hack, Leigh Shaw, and Andrew Pepio all are still tied for 14th place. They need to break that up. Nick Myers is ranked 11 right now. We still have quite a few more athletes to come out here. I believe 3 more heats after this.
Like some contraption on Nikolai Myers' belt. What is that? There, the camera's zooming in on that.
Yeah, that might help him close it a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's well done. Very nice. What a ingenious piece of equipment. You don't need the power rack to straddle yourself to. Uncle Nick.
Just pump that.
Yeah. All right, John Hack of the USA will take lane at number 1. Leigh Shaw of Australia will take lane number 2. Andrew Pepio, USA, in lane number 3. And Uncle Nick will take lane at number 4.
I know I said it before, but it's just always interesting to see what John does. Purely because coming from the powerlifting, being an all-time world record total holder and all that, it's just interesting.
One of the things about powerlifters, when they talk about strongman doing their yoke, it's like, oh, well, I walk out my squat from the bar, from the rack.
Okay.
Well, cool, but that's only a few steps. Let's see how you look when you carry a car down a 50-foot course.
Yeah.
But I know John is up to the task. Let's see how it pans out.
And the efforts are away. It's Myers in lane number 4.
John Hack and Nick Myers.
Taking it here.
Nick is running, hoping to edge out Fain, and I think he does it.
That is going to be super close again. Another great time. John finishing in second in the heat. Then Lee.
Leigh Shaw is across as well.
Hack got very close to knocking out his face there.
I saw that.
Pepio.
4 finishes again.
Some great finish. Wow. Nick Myers edges out Josh Lancaster by 0.04 of a second.
Wow.
In second place, Brett Fain remains the king so far. It is so close. We have our top 3 all within fractions of a second in that 11-second mark.
0.6 seconds separating the top 3. That is incredible. These guys now know, though, these guys that have performed really well on the log, now coming out wanting to take top points on this second event, know that it's got to be a sub-11-second run.
It's absolutely nuts. But what a heat from all 4 of those athletes. Nick Myers blew me a kiss.
No.
Consider me chuffed.
I know. I'm blushing for you.
Are you jealous you didn't get one, too?
I am, yeah.
Sorry, that's an American bond right there, my friend. All right. We are going to, I believe that's 3 more heats remaining. This is going to be ferocious, and you can hear it and feel it from Filip Zajicek right there. He's ready. He's ready. At 19 years young, he could have been competing with the juniors if he wanted to yesterday, but he made such a statement last year. There was no doubt in anyone's mind that he belongs here. That is our Czech athlete right there. Look at him. So fresh and so powerful. Dan Benson of England will take lane number 1. Tyler Davis of the USA will take lane 2. Filip will take lane number 3 of the Czech Republic. And Cameron Hutchison in lane number 4. I'm sorry, Flash, what were you going to say?
I'm going to call this as a fast heat again. I think we're going to be looking at 3 quick times from certainly the first 3 guys in the heat. Don't know too much from Cameron. Don't want to do him an injustice, though, so I'm going to say he's going to be in this as well. But I know Dan, Tyler, and Filip will be fast.
Yeah, well, Filip had a nice run at this last year. That is amassed experience.
I think Filip can beat the lead time if he has a good run. I think he's going to be there. Dan's very fast again. Another strong back guy. Actually, the Chaos Classic in 2023 beat John Hack on the deadlift. So,
Wow.
you know,
Strong indeed.
that's always going to be something.
And Philip, despite being the youngest here, he has amassed 4 years of competition experience, making him the second most seasoned athlete in this heat behind Dan Benson.
That's Eastern Europe. They're built differently over there.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Just seeing Philip and Andre last year, Fjoitu, they brought some massive power from the Czech Republic over here. Philip is up. Wow, all athletes are running across the course. Look at Philip pulling ahead with speed. This could do it. Philip
That's going to do it. Wow, what a run. Not Cameron right behind him, though. And then Dan and Tyler. That was a heat.
That was the most incredible heat I have seen so far.
That was over before we could even say anything.
Every single athlete did not walk with the car, they ran.
That was an indescribable check.
Oh, a cartwheel from Zajucek right there as he runs through the tunnel. That was amazing. Our new event leader, Filip Zajucek, with a sub 10-second finish, 9.01. Hutchison right behind him, 10.16 seconds.
Wow. All of that at 19 years old as well.
My heart is pounding and I haven't even lifted a weight.
That was crazy.
Hey, there we have it. Sub 10 seconds right there.
I hope the cartwheels were a little call to me as well, because I did that after my yoke at Europe's in 2023.
Oh, that was,
so I hope that
great
was a
to see.
little
I'm
call
glad
to
it
me.
happened right in front of our table.
Yeah, I know, right?
What
a run.
A tremendous heat.
And we're doing the other guys an injustice there, just talking about Philip in 9 seconds, because like I say, you got Cameron in 10, and I'm sure the other two must have been around the 12-second mark. So
well, now you have something to say about Hutchison. You didn't know much about him right there, and now look at that. He is currently in second in this event. This is our second to the last heat. Jacob McBride of the USA takes lane number 1. Jake Allen of the UK in lane 2. Joni Ratianian of Finland in lane number 3, and CJ Kraus, the Giant Slayer, in lane number 4.
Obviously, you've got stock in CJ, and you've got all the data on him. How's his car walk looking?
CJ, his yoke is phenomenal. It is the strongest it's ever been, and I mean, even with his performance at the Chaos Classic or any time that he's had yoke in his training, he's just been on point. He has repeatedly sent me that feedback. Yoke is strong. Yoke is strong. It's the strongest I've ever been. So we can imagine that it's going to be good.
Looking to chase down that 9 seconds.
Yes, yes. But when you feel that pressure on the 9 seconds, look at that game face.
Yeah.
Does not care about that camera in his face.
He's normally got the face paint on, CJ. I'm surprised to not see him with the face paint today.
He's all business.
That's all good.
Business.
That's good.
This needs to be precise and accurate. If you're aiming for that sub 10-second mark, there cannot be any hiccups.
Nope.
Any slowness. It needs to be acceleration, power, and finesse at every fraction of a second. Off the acceleration from Kraus. A little too rickety. It is not going to be fast
Jake Allen
enough.
as well is there. I think Jake's looking to take the heat.
Jake Allen
dives for the finish. Great finish from Jake.
Great finish
very
from Kraus
solid
as
run
well.
from CJ. Yeah, very solid.
Tianen finishes in third for the heat, and McBride is still going strong.
This will be a great run for Jacob as well.
30 seconds remain.
Another really good heat.
Jacob just edging it over. Do you think we've got anyone within the 11-second mark with CJ and Jake there? Or
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. And it's unfortunate to these athletes to be so critical, because that was a great run for all of them by any standards. But when you have the mark to beat set by Zajucek at 9.01 seconds, you have to be so fast. You literally have to be perfect.
Yeah.
You have to be perfect, and that's such a tender word, because you know, even the slightest rock with these cars, which wants to happen, is costly.
Final heat then.
Final heat.
Phillips just sent me a text saying that was good.
so eloquent.
I know, yeah. There's not even, no sort of celebration, no like grandstand. That was good.
Did good, Dad. All right, our final heat. John Tibbs of the USA will take lane number 1. Derek Owens of the USA. lane number 2. Andrew Haynes, USA, lane number 3. And Victor Lingman, Sweden, adorning the golden leader shirt in lane number 4.
Andrew's the hometown boy from Madison, Wisconsin, and a local guy, so I know he's got family and friends in the crowd here, so he'll be looking to put on a performance as he did in the log.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
Yeah.
A mechanical performance from Haynes.
Yep.
Heat number 9. Lane number 1 will have the United States, John Tibbs. Lane number 2 will have the USA's Derek Owen.
I know Derek as well will just be looking to finish this. He'll be looking to maximize his points here because it's not his favorite event.
It's not his favorite, but he has gotten consecutively stronger over the years. But he is one of those athletes where you see it from the second he picks up and his face turns the same color as those red cars.
Yep.
It is a tough event, but Derek is a tough guy, and we saw it last year. He backs up himself at every turn with his power.
Absolutely. Victor looks focused as well. Derek stepping into the car as well, ready to go, just marking it out on his chest, making sure that crossbar's set exactly where he wants it.
All athletes evenly matched in height, with Andrew Haynes slightly shorter by an inch than the rest. And they're off. Victor pulls ahead.
Look at Andrew go as well.
Let's hope our cameras can keep up. Victor.
Oh, Andrew's down.
A great run by Victor.
Yeah. Andrew in second. Derek, though, with a great run as well.
This is big for Derek.
This is huge for Derek.
By
He'll be
no
over the
means.
moon with that.
By no means a weak event for him.
No. He's taken a great time there. He's wanted to maximize his points, he told me, so he'll be over the moon there. And Andrew and Victor in third place in the event with a 10.67 second run, so he'll be, well, as you can see, he's absolutely over the moon with that. So, you know, absolutely brilliant for Victor. That'll see him in first place for the day, winning the log press, and then third in the car walk. That'll see him sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard amongst the competitors.
Lingman finishes with a 10.67 time. That puts him in third. Hutchison in second with 10.16, and Philip 9.01. There he is. In first place are young Czech men. Philip Zajuchek, 50 feet in 9.01 seconds. That coveted sub-10 second mark. Cameron Hutchison, 10.16. Victor Lingman in third, 10.6. Brett Fain, 11.38. Nikolai Myers, 11.9 in fifth place. And sub-12 seconds for Josh Lancaster, every other athlete, finishing above 12 seconds, but still so fast. Moving on to rank 11 through 20 on this event. Let's check it out. All right, in 11th place, Nicholas O'Hare finishes in 13.33 seconds. CJ Kraus in 12th, 14.09. Mark Cummins, 6.22. Ablin Klopper, 18.32. 18.36 from Hack, 18.38 from Owens. And then we have 20 seconds or more, which is still fast by any standards, but that is ranked 17 and over. So the top 17 in that category finished sub 20 seconds. That is incredible. Yoni Ratenian finishes in 21st place with 21.4 seconds. And even from Yoni all the way down to Nicholas Grisafi in 30th place, we still get time finishes. 35 seconds for Nicholas there. The talent here in this category is immense, and it shows by how tight these groupings are. Moving on to 31 to 40, or 31 and up. Brett Summers finishes in 31st, 35.31 seconds. Larry Kuusela finishes in 45.71, and Dylan, Jaden, and Matt Shoemaker all get a measurement. Wow.
I got a thumbs up from
Old 5'11", Lowry 31, 5'11", matched in height, but it looks like Jaden is a bit stronger based off of this choice.
Looking to get right on top of that leaderboard.
Nice rep there.
Big full.
Can we see a second?
Going for a second one right away.
700 pounds, 317.5 kilos. That is big points, even with one rep for Jaden. The light axle, 595. Again, if you were converting that to plates on a barbell, that would be more than 6 plates on a standard barbell.
20 seconds remain.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, max effort there again.
Under 10.
I don't know if
Nope.
this is going to move for him.
5 seconds.
5 seconds is not
Nope.
enough time.
Leave it. I was going to say, just leave it. Don't waste your energy. 5 seconds is not enough time.
Our pace setter, Jaden Smith, 1 rep at 700 pounds. Our next heat will be a 3-man heat. Brett Summers of the USA in lane 1. Nicholas Krisafi of Canada in lane number 2. Dane Bonin, USA, lane number 3.
And in lane number 3 will be the United States, Dane Bonin.
1 rep on the heavy axle is the mark to beat so far, but this category, 90 kilos, 200 pounds or less, there is a lot of muscle and talent that has been packed onto these body frames.
Yep.
I'm expecting we're going to see a lot of reps done with the 700-pounder by the time this is all said and completed. That weed blower is definitely an asset to have for OSG.
Oh, definitely. Making sure we're all clean for our athletes.
Krisafi and Summers will opt for the Trump axle, hoping to get 2 reps or more.
Again, 1 rep with the heavyweight trumps anything with the lightweight.
Dane Bonin is already locking out reps. Summers with the gamble, not playing to his advantage. Krisafi locks out a rep at 700,
Nice.
hoping to go for a second. Krisafi on the way up, and he is our new leader. Nicholas Krisafi in lane number 2 has 2 reps on the 700. Can he get 3?
Can we see it here?
Bonin looking for rep number 5.
Come on.
Krisafi looking
Nice.
Nicholas Krisafi with a 2-rep lead over Smith now.
One more. Come on. Nope.
Still, that puts him in the lead,
Yep.
and that is big points. There's going to be a vast amount of athletes who are unable to lift 700 pounds even once. So 1 rep, let alone 3, is big. Our next heat takes the arena floor. 4-man heat. Itipol Srimwang of Thailand in lane 1. Dax Diaz, USA, lane 2. Jacob McBride, lane number 3. And Andrew Pepio, USA, lane 4.
lane number 2 for the United States, Dax Tellis. In lane number 3 for the USA, Jacob McBride.
I know we have some strong deadlifters in lanes 3 and 4. Curious to see how Dax and Itipol do.
Here we go.
Itipol opting for the 700, as do McBride and Pepio. Dax Diaz locking out his first rep at 595.
Pepia with
Easy.
700 pounds up on
Nice there for Pepio.
the hit. He gets 1 rep.
McBride with 1.
Trey Wong not playing at number
Itipol
1.
falls a bit short of getting a lockout.
Wasn't quite able to finish.
Can Pepio squeeze out a second?
Successful with the rep at 700.
Negative. It might just be 1 for Andrew. 20 seconds left. Jacob McBride attempting a second.
15 seconds.
No, he's exhausted too, but that is big points for both these guys. I don't see Andrew getting this, unfortunately.
9 seconds.
It is
No.
so hard to come back after expending that energy.
Yep.
But they know Krisafi has 3, so it's at least worth a try. Krisafi, 3 reps in the lead. Smith, McBride, and Pepio, a 3-way tie.
Here comes
For
heat
second.
number 4 now. Lane number 1 will have the United States.
Heat number 4, Christian Case of the USA in lane 1. John Tibbs, USA in lane number 2. Christian Alver of Norway in lane number 3. And Joni Rautiainen of Finland in lane number 4. Case, Tibbs, and Rautiainen will opt for the Trump axle.
Straight in there with that 700 pounds. Nice rep there from John.
Tibbs is looking good to where he could take this to the lead. Yoni.
Yep. Looking solid.
Yes, cleaner reps coming from lane 4, in my opinion.
That is 3 reps already.
Look at the nosebleed.
Oh.
This is one of those. He is a fountain of red coming from this man, but he is not stopping. Joni Rautiainen of Finland locking out number 5, hopefully, and negative. That will be 4 reps from a Finnish athlete with a very impressive nosebleed, looking like Mikhail Shivlikov or Hannah Lindsay.
I can't look at that. I'm not good with blood.
Oh, well,
I'll just look at you.
I'll
just
look
look at
for
you.
I think it looks quite powerful.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The max effort, but this is the me thing.
You're good. He's gone. You don't have to look anymore.
Okay. Woo.
Powerful.
I'll end up on the floor if I look at that.
Joni Rautiainen will now be our leader with 4 reps. Got close to a 5th, but not quite. Sean O'Fallon of the USA will take to lane number 1 in the next heat. Leigh Shaw of Australia, lane number 2. Will Clark of England in lane number 3. And Alfredo Tatum, USA, lane number 4. 4 reps at 700 is the mark to beat. Leigh Shaw is eyeing down the field, looking like a predator, but a smiling one at that. Very strong athlete. A full decade of competition experience amassed over his career. 36 years old, 5'7". That's Will Clark of England. 36 years old, 5'11". He's been competing for 2 years. Relatively fresh in the sport. Alfredo Tatum, 27 years old, 5'10". 3 years competing. Then we got Sean O'Fallon on the very end, towering above the rest at 6 feet 1 inch tall. Sean is 34 years old. He has been competing for 8 years. Calm, cool, and collected.
Is adjustment to the platform. Let's say hello to our next team. In lane number 1, representing the United States, Sean O'Fallon. In lane number 2, from Australia, Leigh Shaw. In lane number 3, from England, Will Clark. And in lane number 4, from the United States, Alfredo Tatum.
We are all set. Just waiting on that whistle. Here we go.
4 repetitions.
Shaw and Tatum going straight for the Trump axle.
We'll tie you for second, 700 pounds.
5 or more will take first.
At a body weight of 90 kg.
Leigh Shaw looks clean while Tatum falls short of lockout.
From Australia's got 2 clean reps.
Wow.
Already on now, rep number 3.
Leigh can take this. 4 reps goes up.
That moves him up. A tie. Leigh Shaw looking to take the lead outright.
Come on, Lee.
He's got number 5 over the knee and gets it.
Leigh Shaw is our new leader, and look how long he sat in that hitch position. That's all he needed to be our new leader.
Under 10.
Nicely done.
The Australian tank, Leigh Shaw, in lane 2. O'Fallon locks out 5 reps. What a show. Leigh Shaw is a very statically strong individual.
5 repetitions on the heavy weight of 700 pounds.
700 for 5 is very impressive.
Lane number 1 will be United States, Derek Owens.
Lane number 1 of the USA, Texas boy Derek Owens. Lane number 2, John Hack, USA. Lane number 3, Eben Kloper, South Africa. And lane number 4, Mark Cummins of England. John Hack is one of those interesting stories here of a powerlifter gone strongman.
Oh, yeah.
A world record total holder in powerlifting.
It doesn't surprise me that he's going straight for that 700 pounds along with Mark Cummins and Derek Owens. Wow.
Hack locking out one, and this is not facing Mr. Bilbo Swaggins. He is off and locking out rep after rep. 5 for John Hack. 6 for Hack.
Wow.
Our leader, John Hack, in lane 2. Owens trying for 4.
8 reps for John Hack, 25 seconds remain.
Owens gets 4, now tying for second or for third.
20 seconds left.
9 reps for John Hack. Is he going to get a 10th rep, making it double figures with that 700 pounds?
No, but still. 9 repetitions at 700 pounds for John Hack.
Suitless.
To no one's surprise.
No suit on.
9 repetitions with
That is impressive.
That is amazing.
90 kilos.
Impressive indeed.
Absolutely amazing. 9 reps at 700 pounds. Raw, no suit. Incredible.
This is what I wanted to see, the iconic face paint of CJ, the Giant Slayer Krause, lane number 1 of the USA. In lane number 2, Nicholas O'Hare, USA. Lane number 3, Jake Allen, UK. And lane number 4, Andrew Hanus, USA. CJ Krause and O'Hare are impeccable deadlifters. I'm expecting them to sprint to that 700 and take a run at Mr. Hack.
Here we go.
9 reps the mark to beat. 5 impressive reps will get you tied with second place. 4 reps space between first and second. Hey, it's going 595.
Krause is up with the rep, as is O'Hare. 2 for CJ.
Jake Allen struggling to get up to his feet with that suit on, but he is almost in position.
4 reps for Krause. He's starting to have to rely on a little bit of a shaky lockout. 6 reps will take a second.
Nice. Smooth reps from Jake Allen as well.
O'Hare, a second place for Nick O'Hare in lane 2. Krause might be stopped at 5.
Nick doesn't need any more either unless he knows he can beat that 9, which is going to be very difficult. He knew he only needed to get 6 to get in second place so far.
And Hennis getting helped out of his suit right there. O'Hare now takes second with 6 reps. Krause, 3 repetitions. Our next heat, Dan Benson of England will take lane 1. Tyler Davis, USA, in lane number 2. Josh Lancaster, USA, in lane 3. And Nikolai Myers, USA, in lane number 4.
Lane number 1 will be England, Dan Benson. Lane number 2, USA, is Tyler Davis. Lane number 3 will be the UK, is Josh Lancaster. And lane number 4 will be the USA, is Nikolai Myers.
Strong heat right here. Here we go.
All 4 on the Trump axle. Dan Benson is the first one to lock out, looking good.
Smooth reps there from Dan.
Tyler Davis gets his first. 3 for Benson. That's
4 for lane number 1.
Myers has 1. Playing the
Oh, he's looking shaky. This might be near the end of his work capacity.
He needs 1 more to get into second place along with Nick O'Hare.
Davis looking to secure rep number 4.
Davis executing the hitch.
Oh.
Benson,
Wow.
despite the shakes, he fought through. And Myers coming to cheer on his brothers.
Can he get 1 more?
Under 5.
Nope.
That'll be 6 reps for Dan Benson, tying for second with Nick O'Hare.
Things getting dicey now in spots 2 and 3. John Hack in the lead outright with 9 reps. two-way tie.
I don't know if we can see anyone match John Hack.
6 reps apiece. One group left.
This is our final heat. Our final heat with Brett Fain of the USA in lane number 1, Victor Lingman of Sweden in lane number 2, Cameron Hutchison, USA in lane number 3, and young Filip Zajíček of the Czech Republic, lane number 4, wearing the golden leader shirt. He's 19 years young.
Yeah, he's still a baby.
Still a teenager by any means, and he is here holding his own.
All 4 going for that 700 pounds.
The heavyweight, 700 pounds, 317.5 kilograms.
Brett Fain
Come on.
with the optimist's gamble.
For Brett Fain. Daylight under it. Now he's going to head back.
Wow.
Philip.
19 years old.
Yes, and executing a well-practiced hitch. Cameron Hutchison gets a rep as well.
Beautiful.
Staying tight and lowering that bar down. He's going for rep.
Go on, go on, go on, go on. Oh,
That might be it for Mr. Zajíček.
Lingman with 2 good reps.
he's happy with that, and so he should be.
And no one will catch John Hack.
Philip shows double. Yes, very happy with that, and so he should be.
Under 10.
Brett Fain will get 4 reps at the 595. Well, let's take a look at the scores. Mr. Hack, 9 reps for first. A 2-way tie between O'Hare and Benson was 6 for second. A 2-way tie with Leyshaw and CJ Kraus sharing 4th place. Another tie, but 3 ways between Rautianen, Owens, and Davis for 6th. And Krisafi, along with Cummins, will split 9th place for 3 reps. That is first place through 10th. Moving on to 11 through 20. Along with Krisafi and Cummins, Jake Allen shares that tie for 3 reps. Tibbs, Lingman, Hutchison, and Zajíček will each get 2 reps, splitting 12th place. Lots of ties here. 1 repetition for the bottom 5 right there on 16 through 20. All getting 1 rep on that heavy axle, sharing 16th place. 5 ways. More ties all the way through. Now we are seeing the athletes who failed to get a rep at the heavy axle. But Dax Tejas and Andrew Haynes lead this pack, amassing 7 reps each, sharing 21st place. Lowry is the last athlete to get reps. 2 reps at that on the 595. Matt, Itipol, Christian, and Dylan fail to get any points here, which leaves a lot of pressure. Imagine that perhaps this could be an event for Christian to shine and open up.
Bag number 1 weighs 275 pounds. Norse versus Ty. Successful in his first bag.
Christian, as I predicted, he is moving faster than Itipol, hoping to gain some more points here. But you can see on the grip how much downforce that 300-pound bag has.
He's got it in there. Get this sled moving. Good, he's got that good hand position, pushing that chest up against the sled.
Pretty direct off of the start, and I'm guessing that will set him apart from the rest of the pack here. You can hear that scream all the way over here.
Sub 40 seconds as well, setting the standard there for that sandbag.
As Itipol finishes, I am going to take a little break and tap in Mr. Big Bad Colin Bryce for a second. Nicola, I'll be back in a bit.
See you soon. Okay, and that was a great first heat there for under 90 kilo men. We are just resetting the bags, moving on to heat number 2.
So we'll just give Gabriel Pena a little bit of a rest. He's been working hard. So too you, Nicola.
Yes, so Gabe has been working super hard, but we are loving it here on day 2 of official Strongman Games World Final. Are you enjoying yourself, Colin?
Yeah. I'm multitasking. I can help crew get sandwiches and drinks, and occasionally they let me work a camera. So yeah, I'm doing bits and bobs, and it's just a magnificent well, incredible group effort, actually, of so many people. And the athletes are performing magnificently as Laurie Casella, Brett Somers, and Will Clark are next men out in the Sandbag medley. Finland, Suomi, closest to camera, underway with our 300 or 275-pound sack, going back for the 300-pounder. Just ahead of Will Clark in lane 3. And this Husafeld-style sandbag, not the easiest to get a grip on. It's even made of a slightly different material. Seems to be a little bit slippier. Some of the guys have said their gloves don't work as well on it. And, well, I guess don't use gloves is the answer, as Laurie Kusela is powering this home. If he can drive it home, he's a little bit of drink driving here.
But as you see there, Brett Somers caught up in the end, a little bit slower on the sandbags, but made it across in second place for his heat there.
Yeah, I think Will Clark's going to be a bit upset with himself there. He allowed Somers back into the game. And Lauri Kusela just lifting the back end there. Not so not so daft, actually. Lowering the friction enormously by lifting it up like that. And it certainly got it moving again. Not entirely sure of the legalities of that, but there you are. Christian Case of the USA, Alfredo Tatum. Dane Bonin, also of the US, as well as Eben Klopper down the end. Dane Bonin, old enough to be in the Masters 40+, choosing to go in our open category as we move on with our next 4 men. Christian Case on camera, looking in the zone. Slick as clockwork, our crew exit the course. Alfredo Tatum just asking for his sandbags just to be adjusted a little bit. Every little counts, and as long as it's not past the line, then hey, why not?
And the whistle is gone. Here we go.
So Dane Bonin in lane 3, currently in the lead, and a great turnaround. If you can chuck it from a meter out, why not? But it's Alfredo Tatum who's making all the running here with the... no, he isn't. He's been caught. Again, Alfredo Tatum being caught by Dane Bonin, who goes into the lead and hits the sled, but nothing's happening as Alfredo Tatum is driving this home with real power. He's not up on his toes at all. He's driving with his heels, and it seems to work very well indeed. And that was a quick time.
Wow.
I think we're going to have 4 finishers here. If Eben Klopper can just dig in a little bit. No doubt a rugby background. I'm sure he's done a bit of that in his time. Absolutely wiped, though. Let's have a little look at this again. You can see great power there from Tatum.
Super speedy heat there. You blink and you would have missed it.
And we have a new leader. So Alvear's 36.69 seconds for all 150 feet has been eclipsed, I believe. And you see Schumacher and Srimaung are the others in the top 3 in our live leaderboard. As our next, is it 4 athletes or just 2 this time? No, we got all 4. We got Brett Fain, Sean O'Fallon, Dax Tellez and Andrew Haynes, all USA heat.
We should start seeing some speedier runs here with the moving up in the ranks here, Colin.
Yeah, and our leaderboard's been updated there. So 35.72 seconds is what they're chasing.
Here we go. Andrew in the front there, but not too much space between all these athletes as they head back for that Husafeld bag. 300 pounds on the Husafeld. Andrew still in the lead as he makes his way around to the back of the sled. And he is powering through.
Look at that, Andrew Haynes absolutely on fire Those quads just powering it home, and this could be a very tight three-way finish near the end. And I think it's O'Fallon who's dipped ahead of Dax Tellez. No, Andrew Haynes, I think, maybe grabbed third. Goodness me, that was as tight as they come. All men finishing somewhere around the 30 to 45 second mark. So all of them are going to be up high on the points as we see lane 4 driving it home once again.
Wow.
And it's a new leader. So Haynes, 32-17.
As he celebrates as he's leaving.
His quads, if you can see his quads walking off, they're massively pumped. Sticking out at right angles from his knees. Doing incredibly well there. So Jaden Smith, Andrew Pepiot, Jacob McBride and Josh Lancaster, our next 4 victims in our Sandbag medley.
Victims. With a spicy time to beat at 32.17 seconds from Andrew that you've seen in that heat there. That is some time to beat.
Yes, 32-17.
But as we move up in the ranks, we never know what is going to happen.
Josh Lancaster putting in the performance of his life here, and he needs it. He hasn't had necessarily things go all his own way, though. His legs look very upright. Is that the right position to be in? I'm not sure, as Andrew Pepiot is going to pip him on the line. And Josh Lancaster, you can see the position he's in, his legs driving down into the ground. He just wasn't using enough of his own body weight to push it.
McBride makes it over the line as well there.
And Jaden Smith, well, 2 sandbags, and that's him. So I'm not sure whether either man was quick enough to beat Haynes' 32-17, but good performances from both. You see Lancaster on the far side, much more upright in his position. And leaning against it, but not really getting the leg drive. So, Nikolai Myers, John Tibbs, Cameron Hutchinson, and Filip Zajíček of the Czech Republic. So 3 Americans, 1 Czech in our next 4. And I believe Haynes' time is sitting safe at 32-17. That's the time they're all trying to beat. Nikolai Myers, a man who gives absolutely everything on camera there.
He is ready.
He's got the world's greatest beard, and I'm not sure if he's doing a little beard motion or whether he's doing a sprinting motion. I'm going to go quick. And a bit of a new boy here, John Tibbs, only been competing 1 year. Cameron Hutchison, again, just 2.5 years in the sport. And Filip Zajíček down the end, our Czech Republic man, just 19 years old. And it's impressive that he's managed to make it this far and is ranking so highly. Clearly a great athlete. Zajíček down the bottom in lane 4. Watch out for him. Let's see what he'll do in this.
He is very athletic, very fast, so expect big things here, but it is a big, a fast time to beat there from Andrew.
And they're underway, wasting no time whatsoever. It was John Tibbs, but he fumbled it, didn't get a good grip on it. And Hayes makes waste, as it is indeed the man from the Czech Republic down there in lane 4 who's making all the running at the moment, and he's making this look easy. Goodness me, nearly tripped there though. But on to the push, and with that added height, he gets a little bit of extra leverage, and he's driving this home. It's coming up towards 30 seconds. He's not going to beat the time of Haynes, but very close indeed. I think he may well slot into second place, as Cameron Hutchinson may well be just outside Tatum's time in 4th. We'll find out soon enough. And a little bit slower than the rest, John Tibbs, slow and steady, sees it home. About 50 seconds, just outside there for the final athlete to get it over the line. And of course, we're going reverse order of the previous event. No surprise that with each heat, we see athletes doing better and better.
Faster and faster, but still, Andrew with that 32.17 seconds. It's going to be tough to beat, Colin.
It is indeed. It's there we go. Yep, Zajiček has gone in at second place, slotted in 33.64 seconds. He's ahead of Tatum. Indeed, Tatum hangs on to third. Any timings we give you, of course, are just rough estimates. Our referees have the final timings as Victor Lingman of Sweden, Nikolai Krisafi of Canada, Mark Cummins of England, and Jake Allen of Great Britain are our next four.
Victor Lingman doing very well throughout the competition so far. So I'm expecting big things here.
Jake Allen in lane 4, his brother, a UFC fighter. He is the European champion as well in official strongman. Arnold Allen is I think ranked number 4 in the lightweights in the UFC. He's an extraordinary athlete. His dad as well was a great strongman back in the day. As it's Jake Allen who's doing the running here just ahead of Victor Lingman. This is going to be a solid time, and he's driving it home. Great power there. Can he see it over the line? Allen, yes, he gave everything there. And that's going to be a solid time indeed. Whether it's good enough to beat Haynes, I don't know. Lingman finishes it off. Third place there, Mark Cummins of England. And Nicholas Krisafi of Canada. Time's ticking away. I'm not sure he's going to finish this. It's going to be very tight in the line.
And he made it.
Just by a whisker.
Just made it there.
Anything over about 35, 40 seconds, you're getting into 400-meter territory in athletics. So you can just imagine the lactic acid washing around their body. There's a reason they call it the man killer in athletics. And this is a brutal event that has similar characteristics. So then, we move on to our next four. Joni Rautinen of Finland, Derek Owens of the USA, Tyler Davis also of America, and Lee Shaw of Australia, our next four.
Can expect big things here, but all powerful athletes. So they're going to have to be fast to beat that top time.
It's just a guess, but is Derek Owens from Texas?
I think so. Maybe. What gives it away?
Yes, the folded arms.
Finland, USA, and Australia going up next.
Joni Rautinen, closest to camera, is the last man to get away. And it's Tyler Davis who's making the running at the moment in lane number 3 as he wrenches up the Husafelt.
Derek Owens having a little slip there, which has now caused him to fall at the back of the pack.
Lee Shaw rounds this cart. Look at that, lifting it up in the air. Tyler Davis, I said that would lower the friction. But is it the right thing to do as Joni Rautinen comes through and routs him at the end? Crossing the line, Derek Owens, last man to finish. They were all pretty quick. Definitely Rautinen down in the 30 seconds. Quite where he was, I'm not sure. We'll get the official score in just a second or two.
Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen with Tyler there, because I'm not sure if it's a rule about having the back end of the sled up.
My guess is, as it's a brand new piece of kit, nobody really thought about it. And if you've got the gumption or the wherewithal to try and lower the friction by lifting it up, good on you. You've got the power to lift it. And I think he's going to get away. They're all getting away with that. So did it work? The answer is no. Rautinen actually beat him. So it's not necessarily the right thing to do. I'd have to go and test it.
We could do that at the end.
We could do that at the end.
Me and you, head to head.
I'll let you do the testing. I'll do the beard frisking. And here we go. CJ Kraus of the US, Nicholas O'Hare, Dan Benson, and John Hack, all of America bar. Dan Benson, lane number 3, who sits in 3rd position overall. CJ Kraus ranked in 2nd. So we have 2 of the big guns, 2 of the top 3 in this next 4. And Kraus there, just left camera. He's got some war paint on. He's ready for a rumble. Nicholas O'Hare, 41 years old. No spring chicken, but he's up and off first.
Wow, John Hack as well. Neck and neck, but slightly in front of Nick.
Interesting there, it's come up on the leaderboard. Rautanen was 33.4 seconds, so again, very fast, just ahead of the Czech athlete. As we watch this next 4, it's Hack down the far end, who's absolutely flying here. And looking really solid in the push, though. Nicholas O'Hare, goodness me, he's as fast laden as unladen. That was extraordinary power there from O'Hare as Benson drives it home for England. And CJ Kraus, the man who was in 2nd coming into this, Benson was in 3rd. Those 2 men 3rd and 4th in this heat. So points are mixing around all the time, and that just reminds you how strongman you need a battery of tests to truly find out who is the strongest man in the world.
You sure do. It's not just about static strength anymore, but...
There we go. There's our winner in the event, John Hack at the top, and that's thrust him right the way up the points. Got 111 now. You can see the Czech athlete who finished 4th in that event, still ahead there on 117.5, but the points are going to be really tight now. Wow. Andrew Haynes did the 2nd best performance in the Sandbag medley, and that's gained him a whopping 34 points as well. You can see the point swing is colossal.
Yep.
And in an event like this where there's not so many draws, in fact there's going to be almost no draws, it's coming down to 100th of a second. It makes a huge difference. And some of the other athletes, Josh Lancaster, I know a lot of people will be tuning in to see him, seasoned veteran from up in Lancashire, 89 points for him, and 12th place there. It was a solid finish. Remember, top 10 is what it's all about for getting in to the final. So moving on further down the order, we have 102 points there. CJ Kraus, that 21st position, only gathered him 14.5 points. Interestingly, we do indeed have a draw there, 41.76, him and Brett Fain. So he sits now on 102 points and will no doubt be falling down the overall order. What's the overall order? The far left. Overall current ranking, overall with everything added. And the current ranking is indeed on the far left as we look at it, and none of these men making it through. And we can
Lane number 2 from England, Dan Benson.
Getting set up, getting ready to start with your hand on the post.
The bag's got heavier. Now we're going 35, 35, 40, 40, 45, and 50. 50-foot height, same
45, 50, 55, 60.
Aaron West, he's got that auctioneer's voice right there.
He does. I think we can find another career for him.
Well, whether it's an auctioneer, a singer, an MC, a fabricator, he's a man of many skills. And look at these two.
Too.
O'Hare and Benson are looking great. No retosses so far.
I like how he's turning. Nicholas is turning it sideways.
Benson could seize the opportunity.
50-pound launch. 15 seconds remain.
Oh, just a little bit more turn that would have went over.
It's interesting to see O'Hare utilizing that vertical handle placement. He, not too long ago, tore his bicep. Has really recovered well over the course of the last year. But neither man will complete the series.
Yeah. Biceps usually come back pretty good. You know, if you get them fixed, they're pretty solid. If you can't get it fixed, then it takes like probably 2 or 3 months longer to get it back to full strength.
At least, right? But that's a very common injury, and both of these guys have made it to the finals, and they are the pace setters getting 5 bags. Nicholas O'Hare will be the current leader, finishing 5 bags. Quite a fast time. Jake Allen of the UK will take lane number 1, and Tyler Davis of the USA in lane number 2.
I like how they have the names in gold on the back of the shirt.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's that mark of accomplishment having made day 3 in the finals. Tyler just inspecting his handles.
Yep, there's not that many of those black shirts running around. There's only 10 a year.
And away they go.
They're precious. Davis needs to be careful with that trajectory a bit.
Yeah. But his explosion's good. Explosion's really good.
Oh, Davis. Both men on that 50-pounder fall a bit short.
So close.
Jake Allen from the UK now launches. 15 seconds.
It looks like they're just being stalled here. 5 seconds left.
5 seconds.
It's like somebody turned on the extra gravity for the last bag. Oh,
It looked like the height was there, but
it was.
getting it to move laterally is a little bit tough.
Well, especially when you're in a hurry. You get out there, you panic, you get in a hurry, your technique's not quite right, or you could be like a half a foot closer to the platform, and that would get it to go over, and you're rushing too much a little bit. You can't panic.
Indeed, you got to keep that composure. Our third to last heat, Cameron Hutchison of the USA in lane number 1, and Victor Lingman of Sweden in lane number 2.
I'm surprised more guys aren't taking 2 bags out with them.
Nicola and I were talking about that earlier. I'm honestly not a fan of that approach. A lot of these guys in motion are utilizing that bag as an active swing, and taking that second bag with them, it kind of takes away from that. But Lingman has to do a retoss here. And another retoss. This is not good for him.
No.
The big bag. If Hutchison can get this, he will be the event leader going into the final 2 heats.
Notice he's taking his time and resetting himself.
He knows it's big points.
5 seconds.
Vertical handle grip. Oh, so close.
Yeah, I think if you drop it a little bit further out, but you don't have to walk up so far as you take the second one, to where you got to lean forwards and you can lift it up and take your jump back, but you don't have to take 2 skips back, I think it'll save some time.
It's essential. It's essential, and even more so being meticulous with that handle, making sure it doesn't go under. I saw Joe Kimatonga in the Women's Opens utilize that technique, but had to spend some time pulling her handle out from under it after doing that. So it's a matter of practice at the end of the day.
John Hack.
Yes, and Joni Rautiainen of Finland. Mr. Bilbo Swaggins, the powerlifter gone strongman, and he's doing well with the bag tosses.
No, another guy who did that.
The name is escaping me for some reason.
Yeah.
But he is old and wise.
Well, old anyway.
Ooh, John Hack.
Get a little closer.
He has the back power and the hips power. He needs to line at the shot.
Explode. He's got to like extend out a little bit, just a little bit more.
Right, perhaps some upper back mobility maybe. No, he's saying that was too early on the release from John. But with Davis getting 5 bags in 15.1 seconds, is that fast enough for Hack to pull ahead into the lead? I don't know.
He was going pretty quick.
Our final heat, Andrew Haynes of the USA, a veteran athlete to this stage, a powerhouse at that. And the same can be said about Filip Zazicek. Despite him being only 19 years old, he was here at the finals last year. He is young, he is strong, he is fast. Big things happening here on this final heat, folks.
19?
19 years old.
And you're already here.
For the second year in a row.
Yeah. He's nailing this.
Haynes needs perfection. Haynes does it, a perfect bag toss.
Nice.
That feels so good, and you can see it in his face. Still, if Philip can get this, and he does, That is big for Phillip. Even though Haynes pulled ahead, look at this.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful moment right there.
that's awesome.
First and second place in that final heat, and we will see that trend consecutively through the day. That last heat are your top finishers. To make predictions here until you see the weight actually bearing from the hands, this is a different facet of strength that we haven't gotten to see much of.
No. They don't do a whole lot of grip stuff anymore, so it's kind of neat to see grip work come back. I'd like to see more farmers come back too, because especially the heavy ones. You know, see a 400-pound farmers in contest again would be a lot of fun to see.
More fun to see than to do, I would say. But
No, I love doing it.
I know you do. You've got grip strength for days. All right, the stage is set. The athletes are locked in.
Yeah, it's kind of hard just looking at somebody to figure out who's going to hold on to what. Hand size comes into play, finger length comes into play.
Finland, Sweden, England.
There they are, the
United
wrecking balls
550 pounds.
at 550 pounds, 250 kilos.
With Mark Bartos written all over them.
Fantastic pieces of equipment.
550 pounds. Who can
Yonis looks perfectly still.
Event number 6 of 7 on day 3 of competition.
No, he's just hanging out.
Men's 90 open class. Vying for the title of World Star.
That was kind of punny, hanging out with 500 pounds from the hands.
Jani Rattanen from Finland. Victor Linkman from Sweden.
Everyone's looking really good right now.
Very.
Chris O'Hare from the United States have all held on to 550 pounds for more than 60 seconds. Fighting through now.
O'Hare's looking like he's starting
Coming
to.
up on 70 seconds.
The knees are bending a little bit.
Yep, Victor Lingman is starting to go down a little bit. So is O'Hare. These guys might get flagged if they get any lower.
85.
Victor Lingman is getting close to being flagged. O'Hare fighting the trembles.
95.
Look at Nick O'Hare.
He's fighting it.
Oh my
He
goodness.
does not want to put that down.
Wow.
105.
He's all right.
This is going to be a tough heat. They're already at 105.
Yoni goes down. He immediately looks to see what the other guys are doing, even as he's going down to the ground. Victor takes the time to look over at Dan, but
130.
Wow.
Victor is dangerously close to the bottom,
Yeah,
and he
he
gets
got called.
flagged. Dan Benson,
40.
the pace setter, over 2 minutes.
140.
Coming
Yeah.
up on 2.5 minutes now.
150. Come on.
Benson still holding on.
Look at that, the smile from Dan Benson. 2.5 minutes from our
2
Englishman,
minutes and 40 seconds.
40. He might go 3 minutes.
and he is
Will he get
undeniably
3?
still up in the air.
Will he
Look
get
at that.
3?
250.
Oh, 10 more seconds. Come on, man. Come on, Dan. 10 seconds.
Dan Benson, I believe, is going to make the 3-minute mark.
He
And
wants
he's
3
still
minutes.
going. He's not putting it down.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Dan Benson with an incredible feat of grip strength.
Yeah, 3 minutes? 3 freaking minutes. Wow. Unreal. That is amazing. Yeah. Everybody's pounding instead of shaking hands.
Yeah, there's no handshakes for at least another 10 minutes. Those fingers are locked in place.
Got to peel your fingers apart before you start putting
Look at
tacky
Dan
on.
Benson giving us a thumbs up and pointing.
He's just walking off. Doo-doo-doo.
Dan Benson, 184.59 seconds for over 3 minutes
184,
of
dude.
a hold.
That was amazing.
Wow. That is going to be so hard to beat.
Yeah.
And I don't see it happening. And you know what? You know we have the final heats being the athletes in the lead, but we have not seen grip strength exhibited until right now.
Right.
Dark horses can come up from the bottom of the pack.
Oh, yeah, we just saw one.
Our second to last heat, Cameron Hutchison of the USA in platform 1, Jake Allen of the UK on platform 2, Tyler Davis of the USA on platform 3, and John Hack of the USA on platform 4.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of guys trying to get that 3 minutes. I think they're just going to try to get, the second place time and be done.
Yes, that is
unless they really, really need the point.
That is a sacrifice.
Because it's 1 point.
It is only 1 point, and these guys are sitting in a higher position than Benson was going into this event. However, with Lingman still getting over 2 minutes and Rautianen getting almost 2 minutes, the pressure is still on to do something long.
Yeah. I mean, just get up in the top 3. You're looking at just about 2 minutes. Because 135, that's 2:15. So you're looking at like a 154 to get third place.
Again, they are not the last heat. There are 2 more athletes. The athletes that sit atop the leaderboards will follow this heat. So there is pressure to still do something near, if not the full extent of their ability.
It's going to be interesting to see John Hack do this.
It's been interesting to see him all weekend long.
But the guy can hold on to 900 pounds in a deadlift.
He can.
So this should be kind of interesting if he figured out how to put his hands on it and the technique to it. He might be able to hold this a while.
Four athletes, 550 pounds, the 6th of 7 events on the 3rd day of competition.
Everybody pretty stable. Not a whole lot of wobbling or nothing.
No.
Just like a duck on water.
Yeah, this is
59 seconds the time to beat.
Allen seems to be the one of the 4 that is quivering the most, but that's not by much.
Yeah, but as we saw with George, it really doesn't matter. It just will.
One of the interesting things about Hack is, yes, he can hold on to a lot of weight, but the endurance factor.
Yeah.
You're never going to have to hold on to a bar for that long in a contest.
No.
So that might be a facet of strength he still needs to gain in his strongman journey. We'll see.
Yeah, he's moving his head a lot, so he's thinking about it.
I think Hack and Allen may be the first to go down. Hack goes down first.
Wow.
Unexpected.
Very unexpected.
70 seconds.
Davis goes down next. Allen versus Hutchison.
75. 80.
Despite the shakes, Allen persists and Hutchison keeps up the pressure.
95.
Wow.
Look at the determination.
He passed the 100-second mark.
This is going to be big points and a big point shift.
I believe he's about to be flagged.
110.
Jake Allen was shaking very early on, and to see him endure and become the leader in this heat is exactly what I was talking about. It's really hard to read right off the bat.
14, our biggest heat there was 110.
You just never know. I'll tell you what, they better never hope they put a bench press in this, because John Hack benches like 573. But you still just never tell. Grip is grip.
I hear a lot of Andrew Haynes fans in the crowd right next to us, and they see him as he takes to the platform top. Look at them.
Aww.
That is the Andrew Haynes fan club right there.
Aw, that's cute.
Andrew Haynes, of course, competing with the home field advantage here in Madison, Wisconsin. Look at that.
Aw.
I love to see it. That's got to supercharge the performance a bit. How wholesome is that?
Very.
This is Andrew Haynes versus Filip Zajíček, USA v Czech Republic here. It is going to be one to absolutely watch. And again, with Dan Benson getting over 3 minutes, if they want to stay atop the lead, they might need to really operate hard. And only 1.5 points separate these two.
Right.
So there really is a lot of pressure to do well.
Well, you can get a lot, if you make a mistake, a lot of people can get in between.
The one thing I do like to speculate on is with the young athletes, that's just less years of their lives to train that grip.
Right.
Look at Andrew is feeling good. That 36 years old versus 19-year-old Filip.
Yeah, Andrew's almost twice as old as Filip.
Yes, there might be almost 2 years shy of it. That's crazy to put in perspective.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's 18. Here we go.
Here we go. 550 pounds suspended from both of these athletes.
Can you imagine holding 550 pounds at 19 years old against a seasoned athlete like Andrew and just holding your own?
Nope.
But Filip has gone to another place. He's looking a bit more stable.
Yeah.
Zajíček on the right, Haynes on the left, 550
But as long as his knees don't bend a little more, he's going to be good for a while.
Ooh, Andrew is showing the signs of shake a bit more. Can young Filip... Oh, look at the smile from Filip. He's in a good spot.
He's like, oh, I like this.
Even when Andrew goes down, he is going to have to stay up for a while. Getting some points here is going to be big for Filip.
3 minutes with 550 pounds. We are now coming up on the 1 minute mark.
Andrew nearing the end of his performance capacity. Filip looks still relatively unchanged.
We're at 1:20.
Andrew's just like, nope, not putting it down. I don't care. I'm not doing it. It ain't happening.
Filip keeps looking over.
How much time? How much time is it?
To be so young and feel like such a dominator, wow.
And that's a veteran move. How much time? Where am I at? So now he probably already knows what the other guy's times are, and he knows where he needs to fall to stay safe. But his hands are starting to go down his legs a little bit.
The wrecking ball is still clearly suspended in air. He needs to stay upright.
1:35 is your second place. He's past 2 minutes now.
Okay.
Still clearly
So he's
up.
got about 15 seconds to go.
30 seconds. Second place is his.
Oh.
Second place is his.
There you go.
Filip
Yep.
takes a bow. He was looking so good, and there is an example of how age is not, it doesn't have to be relevant. Dan Benson will finish in first place with a whopping 3 minutes and 4 seconds and .59, no less. That's in first. Filip Zajíček.
From Czech Republic, Filip Zajíček.
Let's see.
He needed to surpass
Lingman, 135.52 seconds. I believe that puts Lingman in third. All right. Well, Filip, 144.06 seconds puts him in second over Lingman.
Yeah.
Wow. 250, 275, 300, 325, 350, and 375 pounds. Cameron Hutchison and Nicholas O'Hare are off. O'Hare moves fast to the platform.
Strong with that one motion, too. Oh, another one motion.
On to the 300 for O'Hare as Hutchison loads the
another one
275.
motion.
O'Hare good through 300. Here comes 3 1/4.
325.
O'Hare is looking strong.
He is a phenomenal deadlifter, and that ability is paving the way for his stone success. That extension to the platform was phenomenal. The 375 for Nick O'Hare. Can he do it?
Let's see it. Come on. Throw it up there.
Loads his 3 1/4. Here's 375 for O'Hare.
Nicholas
It's
O'Hare.
there. Get it. It's there. Oh, just shy of that platform.
That is a lot of weight to try to lift up there with the arms only. 15 seconds. Cameron Hutchison is going to give it his all. 350 goes up. And time will expire. What an effort from O'Hare. That would have been something to see the first heat with all 6 loaded. Just a bit shy of lifting that stone over the platform's edge.
It's such a big ass game. It really is. 90-kilogram men lifting a 375-pound stone at the end of a 6-stone series. That is a really, really serious feat of strength right there.
Very close to double body weight. To see that is just insane. We move on to our second heat out of the 5 for our 90 kilos. Our next 2 athletes stomp onto the arena floor. Got a nice double bicep flex right there. Getting the muscles pumped up, the arms ready to rock and roll. O'Hare is our leader so far with 5 stones in 28.99 seconds. Joni Rautiainen of Finland will take the left lane. Tyler Davis, the man with that double bicep flex, will take the right. Finland versus USA.
Oh, Tyler fast with that one motion. Oh, fast with the second one motion.
300 goes up easy for Davis onto the 325.
He is manhandling these stones. He is blitzing this.
350 for Davis.
No problem.
This could be his win here. 375. Tyler Davis gets it to the lap.
Oh, it's there. Get it. It's there. It's there. He
And
got it.
the first man to get all 6 stones, USA's Tyler Davis, your new event leader here in heat number 2.
15 seconds left for his
Joni, unfortunately, cranking back a little too soon before the stone clears his knees. And I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, and a nosebleed.
Wow, look at that.
Woof. Gusher.
Two heats down and 3 to go, and we've already seen the full 6-stone run from Tyler Davis, your current event leader. The 375-pound stone went up with ease for Tyler. And he's feeling good. He is done. He has left his all. John Hack of the USA will take the left lane, and Victor Lingman of Sweden will take the right. Tyler Davis with a time of 36.24 seconds. That will be hard to beat, but we have seen consistently over the course of the day the 30-second threshold get smashed. That is 1 stone every 5 seconds on average. John Hack is only half a point behind Victor, sitting in 6th place while Victor's in 5th. A stellar stone performance could potentially inch him up the roster.
In lane number 1 of the United States, John Hack. In lane number 2 will be Sweden's Victor Lingman.
And everyone's favorite story to talk about here in the 90s is watching a powerlifter turn into a strongman. John Hack has proven it at every turn, ascending to the ranks of an OSG finalist.
And it just goes to show you, him showing dedication to any one thing. He's jumping from an elite level of powerlifting to the elite level of strongman in a very short amount of time, too. That's nothing to scoff at. That is an impressive feat.
Impressive indeed. A world record total powerlifting athlete. Gone strongman, now here at the finals, wondering how he will fare against this 375-pound stone. We know he can deadlift, but this is vastly different. The body wrapping itself around this massive sphere will test him in more ways than a barbell ever could. And they're off. Victor is the first to the platform with the one motion, but Hack is clearly answering the call.
They are matching these stones.
300 is up for Victor and Hack.
They are going stone for stone.
325 onto the 350.
Lingman came to play, my goodness. And Hack answers.
375 for both men. Any errors will be critical. John Hack.
Oh no!
Victor Lingman with the moment of opportunity seized.
Under 10 seconds.
All it took was a small error, and that's what we saw with John Hack. Unfortunately, he does not make it to the top of the platform. He had a slip on that stone too. I see him shaking his arm a little bit. Hopefully everything's good there, but wow. You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
But Victor stayed so well composed. A little bit of a limp going on. Hopefully he's okay. He'll have someone looking over him in the back, but he's done. If there's any event, if you had to pick one to suffer some sort of strain or sprain on, it would be the last one when you are done competing here at the finals.
Absolutely. Then you can spend as much time as you want in the medical tent.
Victor Lingman will inch into second place with a time of 44.04 seconds. Tyler Davis remains in the lead. 36.24 is the mark to beat. Jake Allen of the UK will take the left lane, and Dan Benson of England on the right.
Dan Benson from England in lane number 2.
Dan Benson held onto that wrecking ball for a whopping 3 minutes and change.
Athletes are away. Allen and
Benson with some difficulty.
Benson with a little wobbling.
Just tried to adjust his hands a little bit too early on that first stone.
He's back, he's calibrated, looking a little bit shaky, but look at Jake Allen already onto the 325 and now the 350.
3 1/4 through Allen.
Jake Allen is looking strong and fast onto the 375.
Jake Allen, here comes his 6th and final stone at 375.
Push it up. It's there. Push it on.
Can he do it, Jake Allen?
Yeah, it's there.
Allen does it.
And it's loaded.
And Dan Benson has expended as much energy as he wants to. He's not feeling too good there. But Jake Allen
Pulling through and loading that last one. It was a dogfight getting that last stone up there, but he managed to pull through victorious.
36.24 seconds still stands. Jake Allen should be slipping into that second spot somewhere in that 37-second range.
Filip Zajíček screaming to the arena, let's go. That's our young Czech athlete, 19 years old, 6 feet tall. He's back after last year with a vengeance. And Andrew Heines. These are your top 2 athletes. And that's Andrew Heines' fan club right there.
In lane number 2, representing the Czech Republic.
They're cute, aren't they?
They're adorable. And those voices will be heard by Andrew above the rest. Allen is now in second place with a time of 38.76 seconds. If either of these men wants to inch out Tyler Davis's time, it needs to be perfect. That is the word, perfect. It is not hyperbole. It has to be total precision and power.
Absolutely. One mistake could cost you the entire thing.
Off they go, 1 and 2 now.
Zajuchek and
Matching
Hannes.
stone for stone.
Both good at 275.
Andrew Hannes pulls ahead. The one
Ooh.
motions.
Continuing the one motion.
325 for Andrew is to the platform.
This is going to be a close one.
350 for both men.
This could be a photo finish.
Andrew Hannes and Philip.
And
Philip
wins
Zajuchek.
it.
Our young Czech athlete takes a knee as Andrew gives it his all. Falls a bit short. "19 years old.
Wow.
Young Philip, a total powerhouse, showing experience vastly beyond his years. What a show. We saw a stellar performance from him last year, and he has only built upon it this year. Tyler Davis's time will hold. With a time of 36.24 seconds, Davis, the American, will be in first. Young Philip, a time of 37.74 seconds, will be in second, and Allen.
In third place from the United States, Tyler Davis. Your runner-up in the men's 90-kilogram class, representing the United States, Andrew Hannes. And your 2024 World's Strongest 90-kilogram man, hailing from the Czech Republic, Philip Zajuchek.